from the station working for you. This is WRTV News at 6, streaming now.
Thanks so much for joining us on this Saturday evening. I'm Nicole Griffin. Across the country and here in central Indiana, voters are turning out to vote and turning in their ballots in record numbers. After weeks of long voting lines at the city-county building in downtown Indianapolis, Marion County opened 5 additional early voting sites today. Even with more locations, lines were long. We talked to voters who are happy to spend their time making sure their vote is counted.
It's different from my past experience because I've never felt so much urgency to get out and vote. Before, I did it by mail, but this time it's about truly making a difference and truly having my vote count.
I'm prepared to wait as long as it needs to be. Patience is anything, especially in a time that we're facing like right now. Hopefully we can come together as a nation and get united.
Marion County's additional early voting sites are Cranert Park Community Center, the Lawrence Township Education and Community Center, Perry Township Government Center, St. Luke's United Methodist Church, and the Warren Township Government Center. They are open to voters from 10 to 5 on the weekends and 11 to 7 during the week from now until November 1st. And you can still vote early at the city-county building every day leading up to Election Day. Organizations have been working to break down any barrier that might keep Hoosiers from voting, including transportation. If you need a ride tomorrow or next weekend, Souls to the Polls is providing free shuttle service from local churches to Marion County's early voting sites. Organizers say they have a solution for any excuse.
We've eliminated parking. We've eliminated challenges of gas or car trouble. We sanitize the buses before and after each ride. We've provided snacks. There's a bus monitor.
Souls to the Polls is running every Saturday and Sunday. The number to call to catch a ride is 317-821-7539 or 802-951-4157. You can also find those at WRTV.com. Indigo is offering free rides on Election Day. All Indigo fixed route and open door service will be fare free on November 3rd from the start of service until 10 p.m. Officials say Indigo is honored and proud to do their part to reduce voting barriers and support the community in exercising their right to vote. For information about early voting, the candidates on your ballot, and the deadlines you need to remember, just head to WRTV.com/election2020. A show of support for President Trump that you might have noticed down on the roads today. Hundreds of vehicles met in Danville and drove a loop around I-465, waving flags and showing off signs.
We need to show our support for him, and because we know he's going to win. I mean, he's for the American people, so.
It's about supporting our great president. I think he has great potential to keep things heading in the great direction that they are.
With 10 days to go until Election Day, the presidential candidates are campaigning across the country with a focus on battleground states. At least 56 million people have already voted, including President Trump, who cast his vote this morning in Florida. ABC's Ramina Puga has the very latest.
Early voting has begun in all 50 states plus D.C. And this morning, President Trump joining those 56 million early voters by casting his vote in West Palm Beach.
I voted for a guy named Trump.
Before heading to North Carolina, Ohio, and Wisconsin.
10 days, we're going to win the state of North Carolina, and we're going to win 4 more years in the White House.
Meantime, Joe Biden campaigning in Pennsylvania, encouraging people to make a plan to vote.
I'm running as a proud Democrat, but I will govern as an American president for everybody. That's the job of a president. The duty to care for everyone, the duty to heal. And you too have a sacred duty, and that's to vote.
The early voting data continues to hit record numbers across the nation, with 6 states already surpassing 1 million votes cast in person. And today, in-person early voting began in New York, where long lines were seen at the Barclays Center and Madison Square Garden. But in Georgia, those long lines once again prompting allegations of voter suppression. Biden's running mate, Kamala Harris, urged voters in the state to cast their ballots early.
And we have to at some point sit back and think, why are they trying to make it so difficult and confusing for us to vote? And I think the answer is because they know our power.
With just 10 days to Election Day, the candidates will continue crisscrossing America, hitting those battleground states. Romina Puga, ABC News, Los Angeles.
An Indianapolis teenager is attempting a goal that fewer than 5% of his peers have accomplished. 17-year-old Corey Stapleton is working on his Eagle Scout project. As part of that project today, his troop worked on a tire park in the Crown Hill neighborhood. Stapleton tells WRTV he came up with the project because he wanted children in his neighborhood to have a safe place to play, especially during the pandemic. He says his church was originally working on a park until he convinced the pastor to let him do it.
I said I could do something with this. I'm gonna build a park. He was like, well, finish it up for us. So I decided to build a tire park for the community and the youth. One, because I see a bunch of kids running around here, running across the street, trying to play with their friends, play curveball. I've seen too many kids almost get hit by cars.
Well, coming up tonight at 11 o'clock, we will tell you why this tire park means so much to the Crown Hill neighborhood. Now to your forecast, meteorologist Kyle Mount standing by. Kyle, if you were outside today or plan to go out tonight, you definitely need that jacket. It's chilly.
Yeah, a big change. You know, yesterday we made it to 77 and this afternoon we were about 25 degrees cooler. Fortunately, we had the sunshine. That makes a big difference this time of year. 51 right now with mostly sunny skies in Indianapolis, and there's that northeast breeze around 10 miles per hour. Temperatures in the 40s and 50s this afternoon. It's 46 degrees for you in Richmond, 49 in Tipton, and 55 in the Bloomington area. We talked about the sunshine, but we are really surrounded by cloud cover, and these clouds off to the south will be moving in overnight tonight. So that will actually keep our temperatures from really crashing and get even colder than they're going to. The evening planner, yeah, there's that jacket required for sure. We've got partly cloudy skies, temperatures middle 40s at 10 and 11 o'clock. And overnight tonight, we will see some locations dropping back into the 30s. 38 for you in Lafayette, 35 in the Peru and Logansport areas. Notice a little bit warmer here as we work our way to the south. That's because the clouds will move in a little bit earlier for you. Meanwhile, 39 in Richmond. And Sunday, we will have those clouds and you will feel the difference in the air, because look at this. Temperatures with those clouds in place are really not going to move the first half of the day. We're at 45 degrees at 11 a.m. And as we go into the afternoon, it looks like we may struggle getting into the lower 50s for an afternoon high. It's also going to be a little bit breezy. We'll have that northeast wind around 10 to 15 miles per hour. Your high 52 in Muncie, 54 in Bloomington, and 53 degrees in Indianapolis. So we're missing the mark here by about 10 degrees from where we should be. At least Sunday will be dry for us. That next chance for rain, though, will come our way as we get into the day on Monday, especially the afternoon and evening. We've got rain overspreading the area. Look back to the west. There's a wintry mix there. Don't worry, though. I think we are going to be warm enough that we will be dealing with rain here as we go through the overnight hours and then into early Tuesday morning. That should quickly move out of here. As far as rainfall potential, right now models ranging from about 1/4 to 3/4 of an inch of rain coming our way here early in the week. Put it all together for you now in that 7-day planning forecast. Temperatures, they stay cool on Tuesday at just 50 for the afternoon high there. We'll be into the upper 50s on Wednesday ahead of that next chance for rain going into the end of the week. And Halloween right now next Saturday, a week from today, looks like it'll be pretty good. Dry and 58 for the high. Nicole?
All right, Kyle, thank you. Well, tonight an investigation is underway after a 20-year-old Indiana University student was shot and killed while visiting New York City. According to WABC, police say Ethan Williams was hit by a stray bullet around 2:30 this morning in Brooklyn. His father told the ABC affiliate that Williams was a sophomore in the film media program at IU. He says his son was a member of the Mayor's Youth Council of Indianapolis and was concerned about the poverty and violence in Indianapolis. Mayor Joe Hogsett sent a statement to WRTV saying in part, quote, "The news that Ethan was killed overnight in New York City is a tragic reminder that the scourge of gun violence is a national crisis, cutting short the promising future of far too many of our young people. These are issues that Ethan was passionate about, and we owe it to him to continue these important conversations." Doctors and medical officials are warning a fall coronavirus surge is spreading across the country. The United States set a daily record Friday with more than 83,000 new confirmed COVID-19 cases, topping the record set during a surge over the summer. Here in Indiana, the State Department of Health is reporting more than 2,700 new positive cases and 24 deaths. Positivity rates have been climbing. The 7-day rate for unique individuals is now at 13%. And as of yesterday, 1,685 Hoosiers were hospitalized with the virus. That's an increase of 327 patients over the last week. The mayors of Bloomington and West Lafayette have joined leaders of other cities in signing a letter asking the Big Ten Conference for help fighting the spread of the virus. Big Ten football kicked off today. The mayors wrote that the football games, quote, generate a lot of activity, social gatherings, and the consumption of alcohol. These activities within our communities have also been associated with an increased spread of COVID-19. They asked the conference to schedule fewer games in the evening or late afternoon when those activities are less common. A solemn scene in Washington, a tribute to Americans who have lost their lives to the coronavirus. A sea of small white flags, over 200,000 of them installed in the grass outside of the Washington, D.C. Armory. Each of the flags represents an American who's died of COVID-19. The artist behind the display partnered with a landscape company for help. It took about 2 days to put up all the flags. The display is expected to remain until November 6th. Hiring Hoosiers is connecting you and your family with opportunities for students to go from the classroom to a career. An important step is getting the right help to continue their education, and that involves filling out the free application for federal student aid, or FAFSA. But that process can be tricky even during the pandemic. College Goals Sunday is making sure families can get their questions answered, and this year the event is being held virtually beginning at 2 p.m. Students have to fill out the FAFSA by April 15th to be considered for federal and state grants, scholarships, and student loans at most colleges and vocational schools.
The FAFSA is the source for federal aid, but it's also the source for Indiana state aid. And it's also the source for the aid that comes from the colleges. Often other scholarships require the FAFSA to be filed. And so it's not just federal aid, it's almost all types of financial aid.
Well, you can learn much more about the virtual College Goals Sunday event right now at hiringhoosiers.com, including what you should have handy before attending. 200 trees are now standing in Garfield Park, one for each year Indianapolis has been a city. Volunteers with Keep Indianapolis Beautiful planted the final 20 trees in honor of the city's bicentennial. The first 180 trees were planted back in September. Mayor Hogsett says the trees will benefit generations of Indy residents over the next 200 years by providing clean air and ecological diversity. We want to thank you so much for joining us here for WRTV News at 6 o'clock. Join us back here at 11 after college football. Have a great night.